Book 5. Free Will and God's Foreknowledge. Chapter 1 and Song 1 Summary. Boethius asks philosophy whether chance exists. She demurs at first, lest this matter weary him so he cannot complete his journey back to his spiritual home. Then she defines chance not as an outcome without a cause, but as an unintended and unplanned outcome of combined events. Unplanned, humanly speaking, since all things happen as Providence has planned. Chapter 1. She had finished speaking, and was about to move on in her argument to explain other matters, when I broke in. Your exhortation is excellent, as suits your high authority, but I am even now experiencing one of the many difficulties that, as you just admitted, surround the question of Providence. I want to know whether you think that any such thing as chance exists, and if so, what it is. Then she answered, I am anxious to fulfill my promise completely, and open to you the way you can travel back to your homeland. As for these matters, though useful to know, they are a step off the path we are following, and I do not want digressions to exhaust you so much that you will not be able to finish walking the straight road to our goal. Have no fear about that, I assured her. To me, to learn is to rest, where learning brings such exquisite delight, especially when you have built up your argument on all sides with undoubted conviction, leaving no place for uncertainty in what follows. She answered, I agree to your request. So she began to explain at once. If you define chance as a result produced by random movement, unconnected to any cause, I strongly affirm that there is no such thing as chance, and consider the word to be completely meaningless, not describing anything that exists. What place can be left for random action when God imposes order on everything? For the statement, nothing can come from nothing, is a sound doctrine that none of the ancients denied, although they used it to refer to material substances, not efficient causes. They laid down this principle as a kind of basis for all their reasoning concerning nature. Now, if a thing comes into being without a cause, it will appear to have arisen from nothing. But if this cannot be, neither can chance exist, according to the definition just given. So, I asked, can nothing be properly called chance or accident? Or can something be appropriately described using these names, even though most people do not understand it? Our good Aristotle, she replied, has defined it concisely in his work Physics, and very nearly hits the truth. How does he describe it? I asked. Like this, she answered. Whenever something is done to achieve a particular goal, and for certain reasons a different result comes about than the one planned, this is called chance. For instance, if a man digs in the earth to prepare it for planting crops and finds a chest of buried gold, his find could be regarded as accidental. But it does not come from nothing, because it has its own causes, whose unforeseen and unexpected combination has brought the chance about. For if the farmer had not been digging, and if the man who hid the money had not buried it in that precise spot, the gold would not have been found. These, then, are the reasons why the find is a chance one, because it results from causes that met together and combined, not because the discoverer was trying to find gold. Neither he who buried the gold nor he who worked in the field intended that the money should be found, but as I said, it happened by coincidence that one dug where the other buried the treasure. So we can define chance as an unexpected result flowing from a conjunction of causes where each action had another purpose. But the meeting and conjunction of these causes arises from that inevitable chain of order, which, flowing from its spring in Providence, directs all things in their due time and place. Song 1. Chance. In the rugged Persian highlands, where the masters of the bow turn to feign a flight, and, fleeing, hurl their darts and pierce the foe, there the Tigris and Euphrates at one source their waters blend, soon to draw apart, and plainward each its separate way to wend. When once more their waters mingle in a channel deep and wide, all the flotsam comes together that is carried on the tide, Ships and trunks of trees, uprooted in the torrent's boisterous surge, meet, as through the swirling waters wild their random ways converge. Yet the sloping of the channel and the flowing water's force guide each movement, and determine every floating fragment's course. Thus, where'er the drift of hazard seems to flow most unrestrained, chance herself is reined and bridled, by the curb of law contained.